Well, let's pick up our discussion about career path. And what do you do in an ICT industry in which is rapidly changing and where career paths aren't very well defined anymore, if they ever were?
Here's the most recent earnings and unemployment rate by educational attainment. It's based on 2012 data. It's the most recent information available. Good news is that those of you who are pursuing a master's degree, on the right course. Your unemployment rate and your earnings potential are much higher than the average. So getting an education is certainly the right thing to do. A couple comments that I'd like to make on that is that the actual skills and knowledge that you require by pursuing a degree are much more important than the degree itself. And so it's important that you try to get the most out of this program as you absolutely can. One of the things that we try to do in this program is to not only give you the technical information that you need, but to give you the edge from a perspective of writing and communicating and organizing and creative thought as well. There are many places where you can get good technical training. Very few technical people have developed those soft skills to such a degree that makes them more effective in the workplace, more effective in the business environment. And that's what we're trying to do for you here. And we'll continue to do that. And that's one of the reasons why you're taking this course.
I asked you to read a chapter from Tom Friedman's latest book, That Used to Be Us, co-written with Michael Mandelbaum. In that reading, they cite research done by Lauren Katz and David Autor. I hope I pronounced his name right. As you know, they identified 3 job segments and described each: the non-routine low-skilled segment, the routine middle-skilled segment, and the non-routine high-skilled segment. Allow me, if I may, to read a section from that reading as it relates to the non-routine high-skilled job segment. Broadly speaking, today's job market can be divided into 3 segments, which are steadily collapsing into 2. The first include what are known as non-routine high-skilled jobs. A non-routine job is one whose function cannot be reduced to an algorithm that can then be programmed into a computer or a robot, or easily digitized and outsourced abroad. These jobs involve critical thinking and reasoning, abstract analytical skills, imagination, judgment, creativity, and often math. They require the ability to read a situation, to extrapolate from it, and to create something new. A new product, a new insight, a new service, a new investment, a new way of doing old things, or new things to do in new ways in an existing company. In this course and in the program at large, we endeavor to develop all of these requirements of the non-routine high-skill job segment. Yes, even math. Friedman and Mandelbaum came up with their own 4 segments, and again, let me quote from the reading. We think the best way to understand today's labor market is to blend Katz, Autor, and Kessler that yields 4 types of jobs. The first are creative creators, people who do their non-routine work in distinctively non-routine ways. The best lawyers, the best accountants, the best doctors, the best entertainers, the best writers, the best professors, and the best scientists. And allow me to interject, the best ICT professionals. Second are the routine creators who do their non-routine work in routine ways. The average lawyers, average accountants, average radiologists, average professors, and average scientists. And again, allow me to interject, average ICT professionals. The third are what we would call creative servers, non-routine, low-skilled workers who do their jobs in inspired ways, whether it is a baker who comes up with a special cake recipe and design, or a nurse with extraordinary interpersonal bedside skills in a nursing home, or a wine steward who dazzles you with his expertise on Australian Cabernets. And the fourth are routine servers who do routine serving work in routine ways, offering nothing extra. We at DU push you to be the best ICT professionals, not the average. We want you to be among the inspired and the exceptional. And that's why we have the program that we do. I have some additional thoughts on career path. I had a chance to hear a commencement speech a number of years ago when a friend of mine received his MBA degree. Judith Winfrey, who led the HR consulting firm of Hewitt & Associates, gave some of the best advice I ever heard on career path. First was to choose an organization that presents an exciting vision and values that align with your own. This means that you should join an organization that you're excited to join. Do not settle for anything less. If you align with the values, vision, and direction of the company, you will enjoy going to work every day, and you'll do better and you'll feel better about what you do. The next is to choose an organization that embraces diversity. This means more than diversity from an EEO perspective, although that's an important means to an end. But the diversity that Judith refers to is the one that accepts different outlooks and encourages debate. You get better results if you and everyone else contributes their own perspective, their own unique perspective that come from different backgrounds and different experiences. Make accidents happen. Don't overplan. Be open and take advantage of serendipity. You can't predict the future, but you can put yourself in the way of opportunity. Seek out ways to engage different people, join industry forums and groups, and then be open to new developments that may cross your path. Volunteer for the difficult assignments others may shy away from. Be the hero. Rush into that burning building when everyone else is rushing out. Take a chance at doing something hard, even though you might fail. We often learn more from our failures than our successes, but you'll certainly be counted on if you're the one that always takes on the tough assignments. Innovate by stealing good ideas in other industries or areas and adapt them to your own situation. My corollary to this statement is read, read, read. The next, have the managerial courage by honoring the customer, embracing diversity, speaking the truth, and then showing moral leadership. And then find and use as many mentors as you can, whether it's your boss, another person in the industry, or even in a different industry, or a chance meeting on an airplane. Now, I have some of my own thoughts that I'd like to add to what we've talked about so far. The first is learn how to get things done. Learn both the formal and informal network of how things get done in your organization and who actually gets those things done. We'll talk about project management later in this course, which will give you some of the formal techniques on actually how to get things done. The harder you work, the luckier you get. This is something my father used to say to me. There is no easy path to success. It's hard work. You have to decide for yourself just how hard you want to work. Accept the luck that comes your way as a result. Then there is the Steve Jobs mirror test. If you do not want to do what you have to do that day as you look yourself in the mirror, and that happens consistently over time, it's time to move on. Life is too short not to do what you want to do. And then there is the Wayne Gretzky rule. For those, this is a sports analogy, and I apologize in advance. Wayne Gretzky was a great hockey player. In fact, some would contend that he was perhaps the greatest hockey player. But he always said his success was not due to skating where the puck was, but where it was going. Even though it is hard to anticipate what comes next, you need to try to do that. And again, that comes through study and reading and exposing yourself to what's going on in the industry and understanding the trends and how to anticipate trends, much as we talked about in our lesson on trend analysis.